Hello Philippines, hello to the world. This is Mike Padua, Mr. Typhoon, back to our usual weather analysis as Typhoon Opong, with the international name Bualoi, is just starting to make landfall over Vietnam. That's how fast this system is. Even though it started as a slow-moving system, it began accelerating once it made landfall over northern and eastern part of Samar. Okay, and this is our analysis for this September 28 to 30, Sunday to Monday, English version, brought to you by Typhoon2000 and Naga College Foundation. And I would like to thank our partners, Aboitiz Power, Bank of the Philippine Islands Sustainability. If you're interested, just click on the link here. And if you're watching via Facebook, just go to the description for more details about PPI sustainability. And of course, the local government of Naga City, headed by our Honorable Mayor Lenny Herona Robredo and our Vice Mayor, Honorable Gabriel Gabi Bordado. Now, let's begin to discuss the update. But first, I would like to apologize for not giving you updates after the storm made landfall over summer. It went exactly on the track that I made around 12 hours before. And then I was quite surprised with that track, but I have lots of confidence on that position. And also, since I was awake for 2 days, I need to recharge. So I don't like to be in the hospital because of lack of sleep. So I need to rest. And right now I'm back 50 to 60% fully charged. I hope that I will be back to normal in the next few days. It's quite still dizzy somewhat. It's like a going into a jet lag, but I'm okay. I'm giving you now the very latest on the system. We're going to discuss the effect of this powerful storm. Somewhat it's a severe tropical storm when it passed over Masbate, but there is some kind of intense outburst that happened within that developing area on Opong. So here's the latest fast animation from the University of Wisconsin Tropical Cyclone page. As you can see, this system, it's really an energizer thing. This is Typhoon Yugori. It's still fighting to maintain its tropical cyclone category, but it's now converting into an extratropical one, becoming a part of the frontal system, and it's now speeding up across the part of the strong westerly winds. And we have here now the landfalling cyclone. We're going to say goodbye now on this terrible, swift, but so powerful system. It shocked the people of Masbate when it passed over their city for the past 48 hours, more than 48 hours ago. And here's another LPA that we are going to watch. This is still an open tropical wave moving across the northern Marianas, across Guam. Now, here's the last satellite microwave imagery. Excuse me, this is microwave imagery from NRL, courtesy of Cyclonic WX. This was taken at 6:43 p.m. this evening, and you can see a very developed eye beginning to move into this part of northern Vietnam. It's hard to pronounce those cities in Vietnam. Pardon for being not able to mention these cities. And there's another one. This is using the 89 gigahertz imagery using microwave technology. And we're going to show you now the fast animation from Windy. And there you go, with a little some outburst, some kind of a vertical hot towers developing quickly near the eye. And it's starting to become more disorganized as the eye wall is now hitting the part of Vietnam. This is along the area of Haiphong, okay, and Ha Tin. So this area will have the damaging winds of more than 100 kph through the evening. So please take all necessary precaution, guys, out there in Vietnam, particularly Filipinos watching our video. Here's the latest beautiful satellite loop from this. Now let's take a look at the radar system of Vietnam, which is absolutely gorgeous. They have a beautiful set of radar system, and I hope Pag-asa will fix this problem because they're lagging behind. There are some radar systems which are offline. I've heard that the radar in Batocan and Duanes is not functioning because after Raleigh, it's still under maintenance. I think that I hope that it will be up soon. So this is Typhoon Opong, international name Bualoi, and starting to make landfall over the projected path. Okay, so we are forecasting this since last night that it will pass along this vicinity of northern. So on the radar system of Vietnam, you can see the eye starting to make landfall over Haiphong. So we estimate it exactly around if the 50% of the eye is already inland, so it's likely that it is now officially a landfalling cyclone. So it will be around 10:30 or 10:45 or 11. So it depends on the movement, which is moving at 24. It has decreased from a high of 45 during the past 24 hours. So there's the intense eye wall starting to hit Haiphong. So now let's take a look at the latest Now let's take a look at our website. This is typhoon2000.ph. Those who want to know where the storm is moving. These are the portal of all Asian agencies monitoring the system, including the multi-tracks that we are using. And we have some changes on the summary of the storm every 6 to 12 hours. So you can see here we added some. The coordinates and location are now in a different row, since the location is where exactly the storm is. And then we have added some the maximum winds and the 3-second gust is now in one row, showing 130 to 160 gust. And then we added two areas. We improved the potential strike area into landfall area, which is more understandable for those who are new to the site. And this is the number of hours before it makes landfall. So based on our 5 p.m. this is the landfall area is within the landfall area can happen in 6 hours time. This is along Quang Binh and Ha Tin province of Vietnam. Okay. And then the cone of uncertainty, we added this, which is very important since most of those watching the tracks are not concentrating on the cone of uncertainty. This cone of uncertainty is where the storm might go, either up or down on the edge, but it doesn't mean that but the strong or the effects of the typhoon are not concentrated on the cone of uncertainty. It's just the average track as you go for the next 5 days, and as you go into 5 days, the cone increases its length because of the become more wider because of the error in the forecast models. So So this is just to guide you. If you are within the cone of uncertainty, you should be pay attention on the track of the system. Right now, the cone of uncertainty is along Nam Dinh on the northern part and Quang Bien on the southern part. So this is the new one that we have created for future tropical cyclones. Okay. And let's take a look at the best track history of Bualoi. So it passed over north over the eastern and northern part of Samar, passing very close to Calbayog City and making landfall over Masbate or just south a bit, based on what we saw on the various Davis weather stations. The strong winds was blowing from the east and southeast, so it means that the center of this typhoon or severe tropical storm passed just south of Masbate City, okay, roughly 20 kilometers to the south. And we are going to show you now the last track of JTWC. The storm is currently here. The eye wall starting to touch coastal areas of Quang Bien and Hatin. And here's the track of the storm right now, multi tracks, and most of them is having sustained winds of 120 to 130 kph, moving into the direction of Vietnam. And if we take a look at the last track that we've issued before, 12 hours before it made landfall over Masbate, this was the track that I've created around 5 p.m. It showed that it will veer to the west upon hitting the eastern and northern part of Samar directly into Masbate City. And this was really the path that the storm made, okay? And although the track is more to the south, somewhere here, but this was the closest compared to the all agencies of Asia Pacific. Around 5 a.m. it's already there over the south of Masbate, 20 kilometers to the south, over Milagros, Masbate. And I'm going to show to you here the circulation. So it's very hard to depict where this exact center could be when it passed here. Now here's the shot, the weather shot of Bagasa. As you can see, there's some kind of a hook here, likely a hook of like that. So most likely this was an intense part of a developing eye wall on the eastern quadrant of this small system, and then when it passed here it went directly here, or it could jump more slowly to the west-southwest and passed here. So based on the winds, okay, from the Davis weather stations, which is blowing from the east, something like that, and then the other one is from the southeast when it already began to move away from Masbate. So it's a half-baked eye wall that the storm is producing during its time. So here's the hook-like system. So the intense winds is located here along that intense hook of this system. That's why I think wind gust of up to 185 kph was possible over Masbate because of the impact and damage. We have weather stations. Okay, I'm gonna show to you here the weather stations at Masbate. This was recorded around 5:12 a.m. This was in Shell Masbate depot in Manila, owned by Manila Observatory, and you can see here 92.9. And here are the 3 weather stations that we saw during the passage of typhoon or severe tropical storm Opong. And the first one was taken from the Davis station, hosted by Manila Observatory. But this was owned by Filipinas Shell. It was donated from the Weather Philippines weather stations when it closed down way back in 2020. That's why it's here. and you can see the lowest pressure is 982.9 millibars or hectopascals and 5:12 a.m. Wind gust of 124 kilometers per hour at 5:30 a.m. Okay, these are typhoon force winds. And we have another one from the MDRRMO station from Batuan, Masbate along Ticao Island. Pressure of 992, but look at the wind reaching a high of 144.8, or that's 145 at 4:51 a.m. And then Pag-asa DOST AWS located at Milagros, Masbate recorded the lowest pressure of 979.9 hectopascals or millibars around also 5:10 a.m. So likely the system is over this area. I'm looking for a wind speed data from Milagros Masbate station, but it's nowhere to be found. Let's hope that the post analysis of Pag-asa will include this. Okay, and let's move now to check on the let's see here on this beautiful illustration on what happened during an intense updraft within a half-baked eye wall of Typhoon Opong, which has been downgraded into a tropical storm, but because of this fast motion, the effects of the terrain is not much. Okay, and take note, during the passage of Hurricane Andrew in Florida, it's really a very small system as well, and you can see here that there is an intense updraft. Even on the satellite loops animation, different sensors, okay, different imagery of the satellite spotting the storm Opong, and you can observe some what do you call this, the vertical hot towers. Okay, so these are intense updraft occurring within the eye wall, and we have there's a high chance that there might be some eye wall mesovortices. These are smaller twisters over the on the ground alongside the sustained winds. Let's say if we have a tropical storm force winds of 110 kph or 120 kph, because I think before it made landfall it became a typhoon briefly, and has gone down back to 110 kph. But look at this. This is just an example of on Hurricane Andrew, 110 mph. Let's make this 110 kph, and you have a spinning vortex, or this eye wall mesovortices, small twisters along the eye wall beneath this strong updraft, and the winds of this spinning vortex is 20 mph. I mean 20 kilometers per hour. So you add up, it's 130. Now, as it moves along the path together with this this counterclockwise wind, the intense updraft will continue to intensify the intensity of these smaller twisters. So it could reach up to 40 kph. And lastly, on the matured side of this mesovortices, it could reach a high of 120 kph. So if you add it up, 110 and 120, that's all more than 200 kilometers per hour. So likely there's a likelihood that Masbate experienced this kind of eye wall mesovortices, since it's very hard to observe during the early or wee morning hours of during the early morning hours of Friday, September 26. Okay, so that's the one possibility, that there is a small group of twisters within that hook-like developing eastern eye wall of this ferocious tropical storm. Imagine, it's only 110 kph, but the damage is similar to a Cat 3 or Cat 4. So there's a possibility that there are smaller twisters known as eye wall mesovortices within the intense updraft of this typhoon or severe tropical storm. Okay, I hope Pag-asa will study this post-analysis to see what was the potential theory, what may be the right answer on what happened during the passage of this small but very swift tropical cyclone. Remember, swift storms that are moving so fast when it crosses the terrain of the Philippines has no effect when it comes to the circulation. It could it could weaken a little bit, but that's how fast and powerful the storm is all about. Okay, and here's the fast animation from windy.com. As I said, there's another LPA here that is set to form. It's just a tropical wave as of this time, but later on it could become another invest. Okay, so we're going to monitor that. Here's the European model ensemble. As you can see, there's already a possibility of a low pressure system or depression moving towards central and northern Luzon come October 3, 4, or 5. Okay, and here's the forecast wind model from the European model. And then you can see here on October 2, we have here a developing LPA. And on Friday, it will move towards the west-northwest, sparing Bicol and in the general direction of northern Luzon. And then on Saturday, it will traverse northern Luzon. Saturday evening, it will emerge over the West Philippine Sea, moving towards southern China or Vietnam. Okay, so that's the 5 to 6 day forecast. And if we move forward into October 12, there's nothing yet, but we are, and again, there might be a low pressure system forming on October 12, again to the east of Bicol region. Let's hope this will not push through, but we will keep you the we will bring you the very latest in the coming succeeding videos this week. Until next week, hopefully it will not appear on succeeding runs. And here's the Google DeepMind, and you can see here if we move the slider into October 1, 2, the blue DeepMind forecast ensemble already appeared together with the ECMWF, and we are likely looking at a possible LPA tropical depression or tropical storm passing here in this area. Okay, so it's moving towards northern Luzon as of this time, and it will still change as the system develops. And as for the rain forecast, we do have some afternoon and evening rain showers and thunderstorms every day, every afternoon or evening in isolated fashion across the country. And so far, that will be the main weather conditions when we speak of the afternoon or evening times of the day. Okay, so that's the latest. Now, let's take a look at the wind forecast. There's nothing to show you here, but for the next 3 to 5 days, the wave heights here over the East Philippine Sea will start to diminish from up to 3 meters, and it will be down by 1.5, while the rest of the Philippine waters, the inland waters, and the West Philippine Sea, Calayan Island Group will have come to 0.2 meters in wave height, so very suitable for fishing and sea travel. So there you go. That's the latest for this evening of September 28th, Sunday. We will return again tomorrow for another update. This is Mike Padua saying good night. Have a great evening. Stay safe always. Be #weatherwiser. And thank you so much for watching our channel. God bless to all.